What's crack, everyone? It's Leon here, coming to you from the Guinness Storehouse Gravity Bar. We're recording another episode of Zero Gravity today, a series where we talk to multiple people from the Black and Irish community who have taken off in their career or who are taking off as we speak. Today, I'm here with Damz. Damz, how are you keeping?
I'm keeping well. Thank you for having me, bro.
100%. Damz, I think, see you now as someone who is taking off, who's having a meteoric rise in the up-and-coming Black and Irish music scene particularly, but I think the overall scene, which incorporates obviously media, entertainment, podcasts, the whole shebang. Tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get started in the scene or in Ireland as a whole?
Well, like I've always primarily what I do right now is music, and I've always had a love for music. From my background, I go to church. I'm a pastor's child. Play the drums. I help with the audio in my church as well. So from there, I've always had a love and passion for music, and then I've always loved business as well. So it's a thing of where like I saw that there wasn't really that many managers in the scene. So because I had a love for business and I loved music, I was like, do you know what? Let me do this. And I also love to talk to people as well. So it just made sense. So about start of COVID, midway through COVID, I began to, because I had a couple of friends that were making music. So I said to you, let me manage you. Let me start. And then that didn't work out at first. But then I met Shaq, who's one of my artists. And we built a friendship, a partnership, and I brought him to the studio for the first time, and then from there I've been managing him ever since. Then I picked up two more artists, Sensei and then Zani, and then we've been working ever since.
Super. So I want you to take us back to the very, very beginning. So you mentioned that you're a pastor's child, so you would have been involved in a lot of music from church, and we spoke to Simba about that kind of church to producer / musician pipeline. Tell us a little bit more about that. What kind of music were you doing? How often were you playing? Who were you playing with?
So it was I would be primarily, my week is Wednesday, midweek service, Friday if I have vigil, then Saturday I always have music practice or choir practice. So I would be either practicing drums or practicing bass, because I was simultaneously learning the both of them. And so it was just routine like that every weekend. Then obviously church on a Sunday, either I'm playing drums or I'm singing in the choir, backing up or leading. And
100%. So this is something that I've seen across the board now. We've seen with King Dave, we've seen with Simba, we've seen with yourself, and we've seen with multiple people. What is it that you think that draws people or makes people continue from church into the kind of greater music scene?
I feel like it's because when you're in church, you get your improvisation skills and how you adjust to quality of music really sharpens. Because if you go to church, you know that sometimes some people aren't the most gifted with their voice, and adjusting
very political of you.
adjusting and adjusting accordingly to them, and then also helping them to shine, even though they may not be the best at what they're doing already. Just helping them to straighten and just allowing the gift of God to flow in them is what allows us to seamlessly transition. Because when you're working with other people who already do have maybe the talent or do have are shown glimpses of the talent, then you're able to bring out the best in them because you're already used to helping correct issues.
100%. And you're someone who has had that meteoric rise now in the scene. So firstly, we'll cheers to that actually. Sláinte.
Sláinte.
It's fresh every time. Every time.
It's
so tell us then, what made you get interested in being the person that you are, who is, from what I see, the Mr. Network, Mr. Link, King Link. The person that's the person that knows everybody really, do you know what I mean? I think if I ever have difficulty getting to speak to someone, I reach out to you first going, yo, do you know this person? And 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, you've said, yeah, actually I do. I have a number. Here's his number. Here's their email, whatever. So
funnily enough, for the guest that you have next week, I just remembered that I actually do have his number.
Oh.
Yeah, I do have his number because I had to do something with him for his launch. So I was
Brilliant.
He sent me a picture. I was like, yeah, but yeah, you already have that sorted. But I I love networking. I love speaking to people, and it's very important to establish relationships and establish, those links with people, because again, like in Ireland, we're still growing our network, we're still growing our scene. So it's a thing of where like having an ecosystem that can run smoothly, and people you can communicate and network with, and people that you can vouch for and say that these people are, if you go to work with them, that you're going to have a seamless relationship, and the work that will be done will be very smooth.
Yeah, I think that's something that people really underestimate. And obviously we see those quotes about how your network is your net worth and stuff like that. Like, how important is a good network?
It's very important, because like it all boils down to your integrity as well. Because if people know you as someone that's upstanding and someone that is trustworthy, and when they speak to you, that they gain that sort of feeling from you, they will want to work with you, and they will have no qualms about putting you in different areas, allowing you to interact with different people, because they know every time that they give you an opportunity, or that they bring you to a place, that you won't disappoint them in a way. Because the thing of where when you're putting your trust in someone to work with them, you're establishing a working relationship. And if you act out of line, or you misbehave, then it's disappointing.
Yeah, if you move mad, essentially.
Exactly. Yeah, if you move mad, it's disappointing, because at the end of the day, you could have had a good working relationship with that person, and you've now almost tarnished that relationship because you didn't know how to act right, or you didn't know what you were doing.
So I think there's a couple of things that I'm picking up there. It's not just enough to be able to talk to anyone. You do also have to have that kind of authenticity to you. Yeah. That it is they are legitimately interested in working with them in a positive way. I've found that I've had a couple of people that have reached out and spoken to me, and it's very clear that they're just looking to gain for themselves. They're not looking to bring mutual value or mutual kind of sense of both benefiting from it. So tell us, how do you incorporate that into your networking?
The law of equivalent exchange. I don't know if you've ever...
You watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Series.
Like, it's literally like, if you help me, I'll help you. Do you know what I mean? If you're bringing benefit to me, I'll bring benefit to you as well, because we can both gain. A lot of people have a crabs in a bucket mentality of seeing you're succeeding and they just want to drag you down immediately. For me, I've never had that mentality. If it's a thing of where I'm succeeding and I can work with you, and I can see that I can work with you, no problem, I'll work with you. But if you dead now decide to think you're bigger than what this is, then I'll just draw myself away immediately.
No, absolutely. And like I think there are examples of that. Where people are and I think it's important to preface this way. It's good that you have your own interests in mind and that you do want to progress yourself. But if progressing yourself takes away from other people, like their time or their resources or whatever, or it tarnishes your reputation, then you do need to consider you know what you're doing and stuff.
Time is money as well.
Facts.
You know me and my time. I don't play with my time, and I don't play with other people's time, because again, even if they're late, you weren't late.
Yeah.
You don't bring other people's excuses to your excuses. One of my friends, he said that, like, especially if you're running a business, no one is going to be there to help you.
Yeah.
Like you can't put blame on anybody else. You just have to take it on your chin and just keep on going. Because if you allow yourself to just put blame on other people and say, oh, well, this person didn't do X, Y, Z, that's why I couldn't do X, Y, Z. Like, you can't make excuses.
Yeah.
You just have to keep on going.
100%. You're representing a number of Irish brands today. I can see you've got the Perla Banda hat and T-shirt. Tell us a little bit about Perla Banda.
Perla Banda it's run by my good bro, Tori, and he's been running this band for a while now. And his clothing, I love his clothing, and like he's been very supportive towards me and also Shaq as well. You know Shaq, and he's very supportive towards the both of us. And
we'll get into your artists that you're working with and your working relationships and how you're progressing those in a moment, and then also your step into management. We'll stick on the Irish brands for a brief second. Where do you think Irish brands are going at the moment? I'm seeing a good few starting to pop up. What are some that kind of jump to mind for you?
Obviously with PLB, then you have Incognito. there's so many brands in Ireland that are taking off. MCino, like just the diaspora, like Branded Royale, like there's so
Forever
many.
Worldwide. There's loads.
There's so many.
Gliders, obviously, as well.
Yeah, Gliders as well. They just dropped their Paddy's Day G suit. That was sick.
That's crazy
Yeah,
looking.
that was sick.
I'm not gonna lie, I really want one of those
Oh, definitely,
tracksuits.
man. Yeah, Travis and Els, man. Doghouse, shout me. You already know, man. Els, I'll be talking to you. But yeah, like literally, there's so many people that are coming up, and if I didn't say your brand, don't get mad at me. We'll talk later. We'll talk later.
That's it. We'll promote on another episode. So let's jump into your management and your career in management. So tell us about some of the artists that you're managing at the moment. What are their what are their styles and stuff like that, and then let's jump into the role of a manager.
So currently right now I'm managing 3 artists: Shaq, Ice Sensei, and Zani. And Shaq's style is a rap, like real rap, braggadocious rap, street rap, like because to those that listen to like Young Teflon, Part Paper, Meeks, that type of style of rap. Ice does more hip hop, R&B type music, and like people like how do I put it, like Trippie Redd, Juice WRLD, like that type of genre. And then Zani does, she's for the girls, you know what I'm saying? She's for the girls, the ones that want to get lit, just have a good time. That's her type of music, that's her type of vibe.
Amazing. That's it. And how did you go about starting these relationships with the artists?
So like first and foremost, like as a manager, I'm a manager, but I'm also their friend. So we've always been friends, and like it will always boil down to us having a good friendship. Because as a manager, you don't just have the title, you don't just have the name. Your role in company is you doing a host of different jobs, and you help to grow them as a person and them as an artist as well. So like we've had many different talks and many just different just personal meetings between all 3 of us, and like just like individually speaking to them, and also just helping them grow. So like Shaq was my second artist, because I used to manage an artist called ZER0.0 and when I got Shaq up, Shaq is from Mullingar, so like we met through socials.
The sticks.
We met through socials, and then I brought him to Stu for the first time like late December 2020, and I seen the potential, and like we were both starting out, so I was like, yo, do you want me to be a manager? And he was like, yeah. And I was
yeah.
like, all right, cool.
And Shaq is someone that I'm seeing as he's having a pretty meteoric rise himself. Yeah. Like some like he's dropped some tracks that I'm like, wow, okay, this guy could be next up.
And we got more to come as well. The Simba's Den, also obviously shout out to Simba, my guy. We're still the high stream Simba's Den. We're gonna be the high stream Simba's Den when it's all said and done. But yeah, when we first contacted us to film that, we were very appreciative, because again, like it's another way to show talent, and obviously the guys that were in the studio that day know that verse legendary.
Yeah.
Okay, what a way to kick it off. But yeah.
So tell us then, like, you're going from a friend into a managerial relationship, and we see a lot of people who have done that, and some for good and some not so good as well. Like I'm an advocate for you want the people that are working with you to know what they're doing, So how do you go from someone who is their friend, who might not have the experience in managing someone's professional or personal career, into like being a good person for them?
It's down to you to do the groundwork, the layering work, because like I know that I'm easily replaceable, but I have to show each and every single time why they call me their manager, why they are capable of saying, oh, like if I need me to do something, they need Damz to do something, he'll get it done. Do you know what I mean? And over the last 2-3 years that I've been working with all my artists, it's a thing of where like I've shown each and every single time why like they can call me their manager, because again, I network, I liaise, I speak to the people I need to speak to, I put them in the opportunities that they need to be, and through the good and the bad moments, we've stuck with each other, and it's been a brilliant working relationship with all 3 of them. So yeah.
And how do you manage some of the downsides then? Because naturally, in anything, things don't work out. So how do you break news to people that something hasn't worked out or whatever?
Do you know what it is? It's a thing of where like we always take everything with a pinch of salt, and we always like look at things as optimistically as possible. Like even with Ice, for example, now like we took a break from each other. Like as in he said to me that he wanted to go work on things, and I was like, that's fine, no problem. I'm still here because if I'm looking at my best work, I've done my best work with Ice in terms of like just arguably streaming numbers and then shows and everything. I've done my best work with him, and obviously for him to say that he wants to take a break, that he wants to like just go focus on things, I was like, that's okay. Do you know what I mean? Like things happen in life. Like sometimes things don't work out, but obviously now that we're back together, we're working again. So like it's a thing of where now it's just my job to put him into positions, because again, we want to be able to do music full time and be able to, you know, just comfortably live up music and just enjoy ourselves while making our music. So yeah,
100%. And anyone who's looking to, I suppose, start a career in managing someone, what would you say would be the main things that they should learn, or what are the things that they should take into account first?
What I will say is shout me, Damz Consultation Services. I'll get you going, start you on a plan. I'm cheap for now anyways, so look, shout me, my Instagram, Dami.o15_, shout me, let's work. But what I will say is don't be afraid to have conversations. Don't be afraid to approach people, no faces, and just be polite, be well-mannered, and be able to just hold a conversation. Holding the conversation is very, very key. Be knowledgeable, because again, like it's not everything that it's like if you're knowledgeable and you're able to just pick on key things, like if you see someone and they're looking nice, just be like, oh, I like your fashion, like, give me some tips, like just jokey banter, like all those type of things. They really help culminate, because like you're not shy, like you're able to show that like you have a bit of confidence about you in the chat, and yeah. Super.
So, Damz, you're one of these. So, Damz, you're one of these young Thundercats, all right? So I'm old. I'm 30 this year, you know. So you're someone who's only kind of really starting to take off, and it's someone who's, I suppose, more involved in the scene than I would be. What are some of the things that you're seeing that are giving you hope? What are some of the things that we should watch out for?
Like a lot of people are taking and are being given opportunities to flourish and be themselves, and a lot of people are able to monetize off of being themselves, and they're seeing it early, and they're making the mistakes now than later. And I'm seeing some people who are willing to invest in themselves and willing to work to grow. Because like even like for me, example, like like as my peoples know, I'm still a pedestrian. So like for me to be at the places I am, it's me investing in myself and me taking time out of my day to go meet people or go speak with people, so that I can further grow my own knowledge and expand my reach and expand my audience.
Right. Okay. And who are some of the artists now that might be outside of your, I suppose, artist rota that you're looking at saying, okay, these are the ones that are going to take us to that next level in the Irish scene?
Well, like for me, I work outside my own artists. I do liaise with, like, I have my ear to the ground a lot. So like I'm looking at my guys, the Ragers, Fortune, Kid Kuba, Danzy, and even the team 5, Tade, Nicola. Then also I have my guys from uni, the youngest from uni, Kenny, Danzino. Like there's these guys, they're very, very talented. And one of my guys, Tommy II as well, he's a producer and rapper. He's coming up, he's doing his thing. And like these guys, they're really taking the opportunity to grow and to shine. And even like apart from music, my boys in the content as well, Izzy, like Ace, like the Santanas, like there's so many like people that don't get the love and appreciation. Like even we were talking about Snowy the other week, man. Yeah. Snowy's been doing this thing for a long time, man.
And I do want to talk about this because you shared Snowy Santana's clip to your story. I saw this and I needed that song immediately. This it was stuck in my ways, and it was you and it was Jack McBride as well. Make one call, man. One of the best videographers I've ever seen. But so I hit you up for this. I was like, yo, do you know who has this song? Damz. So I messaged you. I was like, Damz, if I don't have this song in the next 3 days, something bad is gonna happen. I was like, I can't wait 3 more days for this song. And you were like, I have the song. I was like, brilliant, great, okay, send it over to me. And you're like, no. You denied me that music for an extra 72 hours. But you were like, look, which like, look, at the end of the day, I have to respect it, because
Professionalism.
you were like, you were given that tape in with discretion, and you know, asked to listen.
I was giving that tape in like late December or even the start of December. Like, I've had that tape for a while. I told Snow that I wasn't gonna listen to it, but then he posted the cover art and the clip, and he had one of the songs in the background, and I was like, screw it, I'm listening to the tape. I was originally only looking for that song off the tape, but I clicked because he had the tape compiled into just a straight, like, back to tape.
Like one long track?
Yeah, one long track.
Wow.
And I didn't know, and I just ended up listening to the whole tape on my way to the gym, and I was like, look, actually, look at this tape is closed.
Yeah, no, it was insane. And like, obviously, Snowy Santana, Tugs Bunny is a new
tape. Get out
tape out.
Tugs Bunny.
It's pretty good. So, the last thing I suppose I want to talk to you about is platforms in Ireland, because we're seeing a lot of when you look to the US and the UK, there's a lot of very clear pathways for any creative to work their way up through the kind of I suppose strata. Yeah, you know, strata of different platforms, you know, and you'll see an artist maybe start at a kind of maybe smaller
entry level platform.
Yeah, and then work the way up. So yeah, I suppose I want to talk to you about platforms. What are some of the platforms in Ireland that you think are doing great for the scene, regardless of whether it's the Black and Irish scene or the kind of broader Irish music scene? And what do you think we're missing as well?
Like back in the day, like we had Buyers of the Sesh and the New Era Flow.
Yeah.
And those are really, really good for the scene. Buyers of the Sesh is still rolling, but it's not as consistent as it used to be. And like for artists, like having those freestyle platforms and having those entry level areas where you can go in and like just like make a name for yourself essentially. Because like you see in the UK, you see in the US, like it's like they have these platforms. Like the UK have a multitude of platforms, from the One Mic to the Black Box, Mad About Bars, Daily Dopey, Kenny All Star Freestyle, Snoochie Shy also has one.
Fire
like
in the Booth.
Fire in the Booth. Like there's so many different platforms where you can step in and make a name for yourself. SBSC, rest in peace, Jamal Edwards. They had their own like. Little freestyle as well, you know, back in the them block freestyles where we shooting on them 144p cameras and everything. Guys be in the background doing wheelies, popping wheelies on their bikes. But like, I feel like with Ireland, shout out to the people that are already doing stuff like Slight Motif. They be having open mics every once in a while. Vision Labs as well. They had a couple of brilliant open mics over the past like 2 years as well. And like there is a lot of people doing great things for the scene.
Yeah. And Basics back.
Basic back as well. They have
Create an Era.
Creating there, like there's so many just different platforms that are trying, but I feel like again we do need more. And with planning and with time, Simba's done as well. I already said with time we're gonna see more and more people pop out, and hopefully it's done correctly as well, because like yes we do need, but we need them done correctly.
Yeah.
And when they do pop out, they should have a standard, like a standard, because sometimes with work that comes out, there's not a standard attached to it.
Right.
But we need to bring a standard attached to it where the levels each and every time, from the production to the quality of the audio to just how like it's filmed, it needs to come out right every single time. And that will just do a wholeness to us to show that there is talented people in Ireland. There is talented creative minds that are coming out and just making a name for themselves.
Yeah. This is something that really does my head in. You know, Ireland is still relatively small when we think about, like, in comparison to population size and stuff like that. And you know, I feel like we really need to start seeing ourselves as part of a global ecosystem of creatives, and we really need to build those bridges between, like, we can collaborate with each other 24/7. Realistically, we can do as many you know cello X offices as possible, like who are some of the biggest artists, but we really need to, I feel, begin to look at UK, US, like the whole continent of Africa. As Black and Irish people in particular, we have that connection back that we should be really tapping into. What are your thoughts on that? And if you agree, how do we go about doing that? as
It's-
Mr. Network? How do we bring that network into a global scale?
You just have to, again, just make it happen. Like over the weekend, I had the opportunity.
You just have to make it happen.
Over the weekend, I had the opportunity to speak to people from Canada, and I just happen to have a producer who's over in Canada, and I've linked them over to each other, and then hopefully now, with that relationship, I can work my magic, and reap the benefits of it. Because again, like when you do set out to achieve things, and you do set out to find who you need to find, you will find who you need to find. And like,
Yeah.
honestly, like I say it, you just have to make it happen. But like, you know me, if I need to find somebody, I will find them. I will find them.
You're like Liam Neeson out Taken. You're just ready to ready to find people. Okay, so would you agree though that we do need to expand a little bit? That maybe we're all looking internal at the Irish scene, going, oh, who's doing what, who's where. Do you think that we should all maybe try and adopt that mindset?
Yeah, like going across and like working with other markets, working with people from France, working with people from Germany, then going to Africa, working with people from Nigeria. Because there's a lot of culture in Ireland. There's so much culture, like from Nigerian to Congolese, Angolan, Ghanaian, Senegalese as well. Big up the Senegalese people. Like there's Ivory Coast as well, Mali. There's so much culture in Ireland, and if we can connect with our roots and go back, Kenyan as well, South African, like there's so much like just blossoming Black and Irish culture. And if we go back, we tap in and we work and have those connections, cross the bridges, cross the gap. Like we can really expand, and people can come to Ireland and do big things. Because oftentimes artists cancel their shows to Ireland or don't give as much respect towards Ireland because they don't have a market in Ireland compared to other places.
Yeah.
But like if you cross the bridge now and you're linking with certain people and establishing that connection, establishing that network with them, it allows them to now come to Ireland and bring more people to Ireland. And give them an opportunity to collab and work with people.
100%. Last question for you before I let you go. What does it mean to you to be Black and Irish?
What does it mean to me to be Black and Irish? It means that I'm here, even though I may not have been born here, I've been accepted, and I'm making a strive and making a change for the other people who are like me, that are seeing me in my path and my career, and are inspired by me. I am to inspire all those that come before me and after me, because it's a thing of where I know what I'm doing and I know the path that I'm taking, and I know that it's a brilliant and glorious path in God's name, and I shall be successful. You'll see my face everywhere. You will see my face everywhere, I promise you.
100%. Well, cheers to that. Damz, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Many success.